It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome. Glad you are joining us today as we enter the final episodes of the NBA regular season. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. And tonight, it'll be the Memphis Grizzlies going up against the Chicago Bulls. For Chicago, they've played well of late, winning 5 of their last 6 games. Tonight, an opportunity to continue that trend.
It's time for some hoops at FedEx Forum, home of the Grizzlies, and we're bringing it to you live on 2K Sports. And so for the Grizzlies, their last game, a loss to Orlando. And that does your confidence guys no favor. They got manhandled in that one. It wasn't pretty.
And if there's one aspect of the game that really stood out for me, it was the rebounding. Basketball's about possessions, and you saw a noticeable difference in terms of the effort both teams were putting forth.
Simply got outworked under the boards, guys. I mean, that's the no-brainer of the deal. I mean, they got pushed around all game long.
Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. Derrick Rose is out there with Smith. Then there's Nick Young. Then it's Pau Gasol. And it's Drummond in at the 5 down low. Now here is Conley from deep. Stokes slams it back in.
Yeah, he came out of nowhere to slam that one back in.
Well, that's making him pay for letting him get his hands on that rebound.
Yeah, is it ever? I mean, I doubt we'll see them make that mistake again.
Rose kicks to Young. Shoots it. Tries to keep it alive. And out of bounds as Memphis gains possession. Against Rose. And just about a minute into the first quarter. Outside Conley. Lots of room. Again, Conley missing.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
Clark, thinking back to when Mike Conley was drafted 4th back in the 2007 draft, 4th overall. He wasn't an instant star, but he has gotten better every season.
Yeah, it took him a little while. I mean, he was only a freshman coming out of college back in 2007. A slow start. He had to fight for minutes, grind away. The Grizzlies kept trying to get his replacement, it appeared, but he stayed the course, and now he's their franchise point guard.
The Grizzlies shooting their first free throw attempt on the night.
And on the season, you know, they're hitting about 76%, which is a decent rate.
Those are good numbers for any team. I mean, they can feel extremely good about their free throw shooting percentage this season.
Free throw good, lead.
You know, you think back, the Grizzlies contemplated trading Mike Conley early on in his career, and I tell you what, aren't they glad that cooler heads prevailed? I mean, his rise has helped propel them to one of the top teams in the Western Conference.
Now here's Green, a 24-point outing in their last game against the Magic in Orlando.
Yeah, but I like how he defended as well. You know, he got a couple blocks in that game and just an all-around great effort.
That's good.
And Mike Conley may be the best player in the NBA never to make an all-star team. I really feel like it's unfair to call him underrated now, because if you go around our league, all teams respect what he's been able to do in Memphis.
It's stolen by Smith. Dishes it to Young. The tray. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Young's got 5 now.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
Conley with it. His scoring has been there on a regular basis. He's averaging more than 14 points a game. There's Lee with the 3, and again it's Memphis with the 3.
The rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
Yeah, I'm not sure of the quality of that three-point shot attempt right there, going at it the way they did, but it all worked out for him.
Passes to Young. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Victory eluded them last time in Chicago when they faced the Bulls.
And the issues they had defensively, in part, I thought, was a huge factor. Really compounded, I think, because it was a road game for them.
Well, you know, they gave the crowd a bunch to cheer about. And when you do that, you put yourself in a really tough position trying to come away with a road win.
Now here's Rhodes. Jeff Green missing his last shot. Drummond a screen. Rose passes to Drummond. And that one's drained from the low block.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
Now here's Lee. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. And that one hits back iron. For Chicago, they've gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Pass to Smith. Drummond dishes to Young. Another miss by Young. Last game for the Bulls, they picked up the W against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
Yeah, the confidence just exuding in that performance on the offensive end. I mean, really illustrates how this team clicks when guys are communicating and executing as a cohesive unit.
Yeah, roadkill is hard to get in this league. I mean, to be a great NBA team, you've got to be able to have that kind of performance on the road. Focused, purposeful, and productive. Really solid.
And it's the Bulls with the ball. Following the score by Memphis. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And guys, Andre Drummond has made quite an impression in the early stages of his career. Clark, you were just talking about that. Greg, I don't think anyone felt he would have such an impact this fast.
Yeah, I mean, he's already a mountain of a man among boys. I mean, it's hard to believe when you look at this guy out there. He's only 22 years old.
Free throw good, Drummond.
Going back to Andre Drummond, some say there aren't any true centers entering the NBA these days. But I look at Andre, I look at DeMarcus Cousins, Joel Embiid, Karl Anthony Towns, and I think to myself, what are these people talking about?
Good on both.
And talking about Andre Drummond, I remember when he fell to number 9 on draft day. All sorts of experts were making excuses as to why. But even then, there was this eerie feeling that some teams had made a huge mistake in passing on him. And that feeling turned out to be correct. And the thing with Kelly Olynyk, he does some stuff that really helps you, and some also that will hurt. I mean, he's highly skilled. He's got the deep range, textbook positioning in terms of the post. A lot of tricky moves down there. Yet he has a hard time being effective against great athletes, which the NBA is filled with. So he's going to have to evolve as a basketball player if he wants to be effective.
And he can't make a second free throw either. Missing both. Going back to Kelly Olynyk, as a coach, you have to identify the matchups where he can be effective, because Clark is against explosive long-limb guys. They'll take advantage of him.
Yeah, they will, but in the right matchup, he's effective. He can help. He makes 35% of his threes, has done that for the last 2 years, and I think he gives you some toughness and rebounding as well. I like him as a second-unit player.
Hit his leg, and the officials saying it was kicked. Memphis on defense. The 11-footer, and there's Drummond. That's good on the assist by Smith. Smith's got 3 assists tonight. Memphis has gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. The dish to Olynyk. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. Block shots, a stat that sometimes doesn't tell the whole story. Big-time shot blockers aren't always elite defenders. And then the opposite is true. Their block shot totals don't quite capture that great impact they really have defensively.
You know, and Akeem the Dream, certainly one of the greatest all-around players to have ever played the game. An endless array of offensive moves down low, no doubt. And defensively, his numbers speak for themselves. I mean, almost 4,000 career blocks, 2 Defensive Player of the Year awards, just a legendary low-post defender.
Start now, gentlemen. 2 shots. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. Splitters checked in for Drummond. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. Clark, looking around the league, there's no team that teams want to play less than the Memphis Grizzlies. They just wear you down.
Well, they play a physical brand of basketball. They play hard. Everybody's on the same page. And even if you beat the Grizzlies, they take a lot out of you in terms of how they try to wear you down.
This has been a thriller. You cannot say enough about the way these two teams have competed.
All indications, Greg, are that this game is going down to the wire. I mean, I'd be surprised, actually shocked, if it ended any other way.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Yeah, the defender all over it.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
For Chicago, they have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
And when you look at that free throw percentage on the season, they're right around 73%.
You know, I know that's an aspect they've been trying to address as a team. I mean, they've got to get those free throw numbers up and improve.
The first free throw is good. Zach Randolph is checked in for Olynyk. One is no good.
You can tell that miss at the line might stick with him for a while. Always hurts to miss a chance to take the lead.
Conley kicks to Green. Plays it up and banks it in. Green's got 7 points.
3 of 4 to start. Young fella came to play.
Rose kicks to Gasol. To the middle, splitter, and there's the call by the official. They'll count the basket here following the goaltending call.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
And Memphis making a change here. Udrich is checked back in. Chicago also making some changes. Taj Gibson's checked in for Gasol. Iritic comes in for Nick Young, and it's Clarkson in for J.R. Smith. Here's Udrich. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Conley left side. Jacks up a 3. And it's Chicago with the rebound. And here's Rose. A 17-point game for him in the win against the Bucks in Milwaukee. Now the feed to Gibson. It's stolen by Green. Conley kicks to Green. Lets it go with a 3. Here's Randolph, and Gibson sends it back. Now, here's Clarkson. He's guarded closely. Here's Rose. And it's Chicago scoring again.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis.
You know, guys, Taj Gibson now has 6 full seasons in the NBA. He's already 30 years old. Seems like just yesterday he was being drafted.
Well, some players just get hotter as the season goes on. That's definitely been the case with these point guards since the All-Star break, as you can see in these shooting percentages. 4th, Derrick Rose. And, of course, Michael Conley.
As a point guard, you want to create the best possible shot every trip down the floor. And given the way these guys have shot the ball, you know, it's not a bad idea every now and then for them to go it alone.
Well, you know they're not going to do that, though. I mean, even as deadly as they are from the field, they're always looking to set up their teammates first.
Randolph kicks to Udrih. Picked by Randolph. Here's Barton. 6 on the shot clock. That's good. It's Udrih with the assist that time. Getting back to Gibson, he was one of the oldest college freshmen in the country at age 21. Played 3 years at USC. Then he was one of the oldest players in the 2009 draft, even though he declared as a junior.
Yeah, I think the NBA is the only profession where it hurts you to have a lot of experience coming out, you know, because that's one reason why he did drop. I mean, had he been a couple years younger, with his length and athleticism, he very well could have been a top 10 pick. But I tell you what, the Bulls are happy that he wasn't.
Now, here's Clarkson. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
And also, give him credit for his ability to pass the basketball. He was always looking for the open man.
And so here's Memphis. Following the miss by Taj Gibson. Picked by Randolph. Now Udrih. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him.
How can you stop that? With a crossover that quick, that lightning quick, a defender has to be almost superhuman to stay in front of that.
Now, here's Clarkson. Here's Splitter. And again, Chicago. No good. Here's Udrih. Picked by Randolph. Now Udrih. Here's Barton. The shot is off. Great D that time from Gibson. Now, here's Clarkson. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. And here's the fast break. Udrih leading the way. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
8 of the last 10 points at that end of the court have been scored on very high percentage shots in the paint.
And really, there is no resistance defensively right now. It is just far too easy.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Grizzlies.
And so far, these guys have done a fantastic job finding the opening man and getting some easy baskets.
Something else they've been able to do so far tonight is earn those tough points in the paint.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
To the left side wing. Mirotic has a wide open look. Fires the jumper from the corner and nails it. Mirotic has got his first 2 points of the night. Green, the screen. Udrih, the pass to Green. Barton, no luck. Bulls trail by 3. Mirotic with it. He had 13 points in the win against Milwaukee. A shot by Clarkson, no good. Memphis has gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from 3-point range so far in the first. Barnes can't get it to go.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
And he gets the bucket. Snell's got it all tied up now for the Bulls.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated. Here. His last 10 games, he's putting up 9 points a game, 6 assists, and 3 rebounds. And he has been passing the the ball like a virtuoso. That's what really stands out about these recent performances.
Hey, every train needs a conductor, man. He unifies his teammates, sets the tempo, and they make some sweet, sweet music.
And the Bulls making a change here. Lights checked in.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Now here's Wright, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Gibson dishes to Mirotic. He kicks to Clarkson. From 15 feet away, no good. And Memphis the other way now. Pass to Barton. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Over the last month, let's take a look at the Grizzlies and how they stacked up in the league statistically. Second in opponent field goal percentage. Fourth in fewest turnovers per game. You know, they also show up in the top 5 in opponent scoring. That's a good number, and that's a good place to be as a team in that statistical category.
And they've been outstanding defensively, as you can see from that ranking in opponent field goal percentage. They get after it and make everything a challenge.
It's his first trip to the line.
And you know what? The work he's put in at the line starting to pay off. How about 78% on the season?
And he can't get the first one. Good on the second free throw. Bulls trail by 4. .106 left here in the opening quarter. Clarkson kicks to Mirotic. Nice work there coming off the screen. Mirotic has got his second bucket tonight.
Looked like he was trying to go for a degree of difficulty points on that shot.
Randolph a screen. Barton in the corner. From the arc. It's good. This time the assist from Udrih. Udrih has got 3 assists now in this one. Now Chicago's gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. Now, here's Clarkson. He started by Udrih. Here's Mirotic. No good on the triple. And the Grizzlies leading by 5. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Here's Green, and the Grizzlies tack on 2 more.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the league.
And here's Clarkson. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Gibson the screen. Mirotic has the open look. With 4 seconds on the clock. No good from Gibson.
What appeared to be an easy 2 points just never materialized.
Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. And now the second quarter just getting set to start. What stands out to you from the Grizzlies in this one?
It's just been a long-range battle for them and one that they're winning right now.
Yeah, sharp shooting from deep, a big part of why they're up.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. So on the floor for Memphis. A lot of defense with Conley and Lee in the backcourt. Then it's Olynyk. Then it's Matt Barnes. And it's Stokes in at the 4 spot. Conley against Rose. Screen by Young. Rose attacking. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low. And I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation. But, well, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
And he's able to get it back. Olynyk can't hit. Bulls trail by 7. And oh, here we go. Young's got it. The fast break chance. That's good. Wright's got his first points of the game.
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch and how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. it's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
And Olynyk gets it to go on the assist by Barnes. And the Grizzlies lead by 7. And watching Matt Barnes, he will do all the dirty work for you. He's an instigator. He's an agitator. And he's a team player, I think, at the core. And everywhere he's gone, you know, and he's played for a lot of teams, Greg, he's had that role.
It's a great point. I call him a glue guy. You know, he's not someone who's going to be a volume scorer or a smooth playmaker, but the game really is built on grit, diving for loose balls, taking charges, making hard fouls, you know, whatever it takes to help his team win. I like that line, antagonist. That's a very good way to describe him.
And the basket by Olynyk. Bulls trail by 8. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Rose passes to Drummond. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Rose has got 3 assists in the game. Conley kicks to Barnes. Conley against Rose. Conley gets the bucket.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
It's becoming a theme in this game, Clark. They are piling up the points in the paint.
And the first timeout of the game called for Chicago.
And guys, one thing you sometimes gets lost. I mean, Mike Conley is a proven winner. Remember, you go back in high school, won 3 state titles, and the one season at Ohio State led them to the national title game. So that aspect of what he brings, the intangibles, you're going to be a winner if Mike Conley's on your roster.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Well, Kevin, I was able to listen in on what the head coach of the Chicago Bulls was going over in his huddle. He made no mistake that their plan was to run their offense through Drummond. Coach has a lot of faith in him offensively and let his players know it, insisting that he be at the forefront of what they do at that end of the court from here on out. Maybe making those early adjustments will give them time to judge their effectiveness by halftime. We'll soon find out, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thank you very much. And for Mike Conley, growing up, he played on some tremendously talented teams. Guys like Greg Oden, Josh McRoberts, his teammates.
Yeah, you know, Kevin, he never had to really look for his own offense to win games with those kind of players around him. He came into the league more focused on setting up his teammates, and that's what he does well.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Randolph is checked in. Good on the second free throw.
Andre Drummond is a big guy. At the NBA Draft Combine, he measured 7 feet tall with a 7'7" wingspan. And he tipped the scales at 280 pounds. That's a super heavyweight, my friends. How about that now? What a sensational finish.
Oh, got to be able to get some hang time to do that.
Yeah, you got to rise and levitate.
Suspend yourself.
Yeah, levitate.
Almost. How about the glide in and then also to reverse it?
And on the topic of Andre Drummond, Greg, there are a few guys in the league who combine his kind of size with the type of athleticism he possesses. Fast up and down the court, quick off his feet, even sports a little hang time. I mean, the guy's got a full package athletic.
You talked about the raw physical tools. Then you factor in the 2 things as a big that I really value: great hands and quick feet. And he's got that going for him. So you can't go through him, you can't go around him, and you certainly can't go over him. I mean, what's left?
We can only hope to contain him, as they say.
Shoot 'em 2. Shoot 'em 2.
That's good from Young. Splitters checked in for the Bulls. And so Young nails them both.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
And it's Conley penetrating. Young with the steal. Here's Rose. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
Terrific effort on that shot. I mean, he's given up a lot of inches in that mismatch.
Well, height, who cares about height? I mean, it's just a number. Hey, you got to go with what you got. And he took what he had right at him there.
Now, here's Randolph. Looking for his first basket still in this one. And the shot is good.
That's what I call a captivating move there. He absolutely incinerated the D with that one.
Splitter sets a screen. Rose goes in. He makes another one. That's 4 up and 4 in to start his game.
And fellas, in this quarter, he's improved on what was already a very good performance in period number 1.
Randolph against Splitter. Randolph in the posts. No good. That's miss number 2. He's 1 for 3. Now Smith. 14 points from him the last game against Milwaukee. Splitter kicks to Gasol. Tries again, and that's 2 points on the layup. Gasol's got his second bucket of the night.
Now that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
Rose against Conley. Randolph a screen. Conley dishes to Barnes. Randolph. Chicago grabs the miss. Splitter's got 4 rebounds in this game. Outside Rose. Gasol a screen. Conley against Rose. He dishes it to Young. Shot clock at 5. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. For 3, Smith. It's rebounded by Memphis. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Conley the pass to Barnes. He feeds it to Lee. Randolph against Splitter. And it's Randolph penetrating. Drops in the layup for 2. Randolph's got his second basket.
Check out these handles. That's rush hour handle. Not midday, not early morning. That's rush hour handle. That nasty spin just froze the defender.
Now here's Rose. 8 points for him. Here's Splitter. That's tipped. Conley against Young. From 8. Can't get it to go. And the Bulls going the other way now.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
And the shot is good. The Grizzly lead has been cut down to just 3 in the basket from Rose. Memphis has gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. Now a timeout called by Memphis.
And it's not often that one of your enforcers is also one of your best three-point shooters. But such is the case with J.R. Smith. Everywhere he's gone, he's played both roles. Sometimes to the team's benefit, but others to its detriment.
Well, for the past month, it's been quite a three-point shooting display for these small forwards. Just check out their percentages from long range. You take a look at Barnes, one of the best shooters in the NBA, top 5 in the league at this moment.
I mean, these guys are all constant threats on the perimeter. Shooting the 3 isn't all, though, that they do, but it sure is a lot of what they do.
They are your classic dual threat small forwards. Their three-point shooting is phenomenal, but they can still slice the defense open with their ability to get inside and attack that rack.
Now here's Randolph. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Splitter's got 5 rebounds tonight. Greg, on the topic of Smith, you never know what his personality is going to bring to the game, or Clark, even the moment.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Moment to moment, it's an adventure. When the good JR is rolling, he's knocking down threes, playing solid D, creating havoc for the opponent. Bad JR is taking and missing wild shots, going to sleep on defense, and causing problems for his own team.
Yeah, clearly he hadn't established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
Tony Snell's checked in for J.R. Smith. Now, here's Clarkson. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Kicks it to Mirotic. Can't tie it up as that one misses. outside Conley. And the wide open shot from Green. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet. And that's 11 points for Jeff Green. Snell kicks to Gibson. Now, here's Clarkson, over by Conley, and that one good from Clarkson.
Oh, nice drive there to get to the bucket, using some of that terrific agility that he possesses.
Randolph sets a screen for Conley. The pass to Randolph. It's blocked. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. Here's Udrich. 5 on the clock. Feeds it to Green. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep. Bulls trail by 6. Here's Clarkson. Outside Gibson. Over to the wing. Now, here is Mirotic. He's guarded closely. 6 to shoot. Shot on the wing. Barton with the rebound. Barton's got his 5th rebound in this one. Outside Conley. This is to Green. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. Josh Gibson picks one up.
Just an amazing game for Green. He has 14 points, and he's done a little bit of work behind the arc. He's got a pair of 3-pointers.
And you know what? The defenders have that in the back of their minds now. They'll be on him a little tighter.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
The first one falls. Kelly Olynyk checked in for Memphis. Both free throws good from Green. Bulls trail by 8. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Now here's Splitter. No luck.
Well, I tell you, that was double duty right there. He influenced the shot and then got back and cleaned the glass.
Green with a screen on Gibson. Now Udrich. They set the pick. Pass to Olynyk. 6 on the shot clock. That's good. It's Udrich with the assist that time. Udrich has got assist number 5 here tonight. Chicago calls timeout.
You know what? I think he had to call timeout right now just to get his guys to regroup because they were really ragged out there.
Yeah, they've got to get some things straightened out. And sometimes the best way to do that is with the timeout. They look to be overwhelmed right now.
And now a moment to see the stats for Conley. He's had an impressive second half of the season. 6th in steals, 12th in assists, and his sweet shooting stroke places him in the top 15 league-wide in three-point percentage. You've got to play him tight.
And talk about highway robbery. I mean, jumping the passing lane, snatching away your dribble. He'll take it from him.
Andre Drummond's checked in for Chicago. Now, here's Clarkson. Here's Drummond. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Beautiful feed off the bounce to his teammate there. Nicely done.
To the inside. Here's Udrich. That's basket number 2 with his 3rd shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agility.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Olynyk with the steal. Conley into the lane. Here's Barton, and Gibson sends it back. Here's Snell. His 2nd shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
and they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen. Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
Now here's Gibson, looking for his first basket still in this one. 54 seconds left in the second quarter. Conley up top. He's covered by Clarkson. Here's Udrich. Floats one. Shot is no good. Good D by Drummond. Clarkson dishes to Drummond. Gibson in the post. He's against Green. No good from Gibson.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
Conley left side. Pass to Barton. Here's the three. The rebound by Gibson. Gibson's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Lets it go from deep. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. And that does it for the first half of play. Grizzlies lead by 10. Live from the FedEx Forum, you're watching 2K Sports.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And what a show being put on here for the home fans tonight. I'm Ernie Johnson, along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Jeff Green has been the story in this one. He had 18 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 block. Some great work from him in the first 2 quarters. What'd you think, Shaq, about the first half we saw from the Grizzlies?
The three-point shot was their best friend. I agree with the strategy. When it's working, take advantage of it. I don't really like it. Live by the jumper, die by the jumper. But tonight, they're living, and they're living good, baby.
And Kenny, let's get your input on the Bulls.
I was unimpressed, Ernie. Very unimpressed with their offense. You know, guys seem to be going through the motions, not cutting, not hustling. They failed to get back into a great offensive rhythm. They'll need to step it up big in the second half to cut into this lead.
That's going to do it for now as the second half is just about ready to get started. We'll see you later.
And the third quarter about ready to get underway. One guy who's getting it done is Jeff Green.
And the thing I noticed most in that first half was his offense. He was not wasteful with his opportunities and also did a great job of converting with the chances he had.
I agree with you, Greg. Judicious shot selection. All of his looks were good looks.
Tipping off the second half, here's Fred Hoiberg's 5. Andre Drummond is out there with Pau Gasol. Then there's J.R. Smith. Then it's Rose, and it's Young in at the small forward position. And that one is stuffed right through.
Ooh, quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
Conley gets the bucket.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They got to get more intense.
Outside Rose. The dish to Gasol. Goes up the baseline. It's rebounded by Memphis.
Well, they've only got a slight edge in rebounding when you look at the numbers, but it certainly feels a lot bigger than it is.
Yeah, the score has a lot to do with that. Their overall effort and execution has been elite.
Here's Smith. Grizzlies making the shot. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Shoots from 12. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. 12 points for Rose.
And after his last game, really not surprised to see him as hot as he is here tonight.
Derrick Rose, unbelievable spirit. We know about his toughness, has fought through injuries of all kinds that might cause a lesser competitor to hang up his sneakers.
And competitor, that's the word, Kevin. I mean, he was impossible to outcompete at the high school level, the college level, and now in the pros.
Now, here is Smith following the miss by Michael Conley. Shot clock at 6. Pulls it from 20. It's rebounded by Memphis. Olynyk's got his 5th rebound in this one. Conley against Smith. The feed to Olynyk. Now here's Green. He's got 20. Fires from deep. Offensive rebound and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. They get Pau Gasol.
Looking at the numbers for Jarnell Stokes, he's got 8 points, and he has 1 steal to his credit as well.
Hey, Clark, he's just done a great job defensively. That 1 steal doesn't tell the whole story.
And, you know, back to D. Rose for a moment. He drives the lane now as hard as he did before the injuries. It's a level of fearlessness that only a few guys possess. And it's not teachable. You either have it or you don't.
That free throw, no good.
And, you know, back to D. Rose. He grew up in a brutally dangerous neighborhood on Chicago's South Side. Some of that fearlessness, that competitiveness he exhibits was learned early on out of necessity.
He hits the second from the line. Chicago calls timeout. Let's check on the leading distributors of the point guard position in the second half of the season. Derrick Rose, 3rd.
And these are the best passers in the NBA. No question about it. Every one of them is willing and able to be the floor general out there and make sure the offense is running at full speed.
And that's the thing to me. I mean, as exceptional as their assist numbers are, it's their leadership and that ability to direct their offense. That's what makes them stand out.
Now here's Rose. 12 points for him. It's good for the 7th time this game. He has shot 7. He has made 7.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you think his team would have the lead.
There's the pick. Conley into the lane. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
For Memphis, they have made 7 of their last 12 attempts at the line.
2 shots.
Free throw good, Conley. And so he makes both from the line. Bulls trail by 12. Rose with the ball. 14 points for him. They set the pick. Drummond passes to Young. 6 on the shot clock. Smith for 3. That's good. Smith's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Bulls.
Such a height mismatch out on the perimeter, and they give up the triple.
Now a timeout called by Memphis.
And I think taking a time here to talk things over is a smart idea.
One of the things you want to do is make sure everybody is clearly on the same page with the game plan. And sometimes you need a timeout to make sure that's the case.
All right, a moment to check out the stats for Andre Drummond. He's definitely been getting it done since the All-Star break. 9th in rebounding. And with a top 20 ranking and field goal percentage, you put the ball in his hands, and he converts at a remarkable rate.
Boy, he's unbelievably driven, and he competes with you for the full 48 minutes. Glass eater.
Matt Barnes is checked in for Jeff Green. Lee outside. Conley kicks to Olynyk. Memphis moving it around. And it's Conley penetrating. Banked in off the glass. Conley's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
He is pouring it on in the second half, guys. I mean, a much better showing than he had before the break.
Gasol, a screen on Conley. Here's Rose. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Rose has got 16.
Yeah, one of the few bright spots for his team. I mean, he's had a very efficient offensive performance.
No telling how much larger the lead would be if it wasn't for his shooting. I mean, come on, this guy's kept him in.
Down low.
Rising up and hammering it home. That could be just what they need to pick their energy up.
Wow, it definitely got the guys on the bench on their feet. I'll say that for man, oh man, was that
And no
fun.
doubt about it, guys. That's one of those plays that will pick up his teammates. A lot of times, a play like that is just what you need to get the adrenaline flow for your team.
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play. And so here is Chicago, following the score by Memphis. Baseline J on the way. Gasol no good. And the Grizzlies leading by 9. Outside Conley from 11 feet away. Gasol with the rebound. Gasol's got his 5th rebound in this one. Rose with the ball. Conley picks him up. Gasol missing again.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
They set the screen. Back to Lee. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet. Lee's got 6.
And the interior D is really starting to be exposed here. How many layups have they gotten today?
Gasol, a screen on Conley. Rose against Conley. Smith on the wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And that one's good. Smith's got 5 points now in the quarter. Memphis has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Over in the corner, Lee. It's good from long range. And the Grizzlies lead by 12.
That is his shot, guys. So you can't just give it to him. You've got to get up on him and get into his airspace there.
And Kelly Olynyk is going to pick up the foul. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
And it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
Zach Randolph, he's checked in for Memphis. Chicago also making some changes. Splitter comes in for Andre Drummond. And Darrell Wright has subbed in for Young.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
And to nobody's surprise, Zach Randolph enjoyed an outstanding season, Clark, in 14-15.
And, you know, ironically, by taking more of a backseat to front court make Marc Gasol, Randolph played better, the best rebound rate of his career.
Chicago with the ball. They trail by 14. When this game is done, they'll be off to Miami to take on the Heat. That'll be the 3rd game of this 3-game road trip. Chicago calls timeout.
And guys, Courtney Lee, now having completed 7 full seasons, very much the same guy now as he was entering the league. A 3-and-D prototype who will most likely never be a plus playmaker.
Get a chance to check out the seeding out west. 4 games left on the schedule here. Take a look at the Rockets. They've continued to play strong basketball, if not utterly dominant, as the last part of the season grinds toward the playoffs. And it looks like, guys, they'll hold on to that #1 spot the whole way there. And checking out Memphis. They're much further down in the standings right now.
And when you look at Memphis, they're in the mix for a playoff spot, which is definitely a positive. But I'm sure they'd like to have had their hands around that spot a little tighter than they do.
For sure. I mean, it's certainly not a sure thing at this point. They've got work to do yet.
Now, here's Clarkson. Here's Gibson. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Talking about Courtney Lee, you know the ball handling and court vision are suspect, but you don't care because he's provided solid defense on the wing, Clark, and he's hit over 40% of his threes last year.
And he's also one of the best free throw shooting two guards in the league, Kevin. And last year he and Conley were out of sight at the end of the game. That's a wonderful combo to have, two great free throw shooting guards. Like punches it down with pop.
Rubs it in. It looks like a little deeper with the hanging finish.
I tell you what, they are not backing off at all, are they?
Now, here is Smith. He's got 5. Here's Clarkson. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Memphis?
Well, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
Yeah, but also give them credit for the layups they've had tonight after strong drives to the basket.
Free throw good. Clarkson, Will Barton, he's checked in for Courtney Lee. And both free throws good for Clarkson. And the Grizzlies leading by 12. Pass to Barnes. Here's Randolph. Rebound by Smith.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
Gibson the screen. Shoots from 14. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Clarkson's got his second bucket of the night. And Udrich kicks to Barnes. And it's Randolph penetrating. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
Haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
Screen by Smith. Right outside for the 3. The Grizzlies pull it in. Martin's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Left side, Gibson. In the corner, Smith with it. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Gibson the screen. Shoots from the high post. The shot by Clarkson, no good. And the Grizzlies leading by 12. Now Udrich. Outside Randolph. Stokes inside. Splitter covering.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Splitter sets a screen. Clarkson dishes to Splitter from 11 feet away. And good on the basket. Book it. Splitter's got 5 now.
Boy, can he finish in the paint. That's one thing we know he's good at.
Here's Barton. He's got 6. He kicks it to Stokes and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
Here's a look at some stats for Randolph. Since the All-Star break, he's been unstoppable. 1st in rebounding, 11th in scoring, and with a top 20 ranking in field goal percentage, you put the ball in his hands and he converts at a remarkable rate.
And, you know, just going back real quick to the fact that he rebounds so well, I mean, that's a tremendous feat. He's a monster in the paint.
All right, now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Move shots.
The free throw drops for Stokes.
He didn't shoot it well from the line in the first half. but they've turned it around here, and it's helped them secure the lead. I mean, free throw shooting is important when you're trying to pad a lead.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Green's checked in. Mirotic is checked in for Chicago. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. Bulls trail by 11. We've got 1:55 left in the third quarter. Screen by Smith. Clarkson passes to Gibson. Inside. Shot's good by Clarkson. Clarkson's got it back down to single digits for the Bulls.
And really a good job spotting his teammate near the bucket and then just pinpoint passing for the finish.
Green kicks to Stokes. He dishes it to Udrich. There's a good screen. He feeds it to Stokes. The shot's no good. Great D that time from Gibson. Now Chicago's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. To the wing right side. Out to the right wing. Here's Clarkson. No luck. Now Memphis takes it the other way. Their next game is at the American Airlines Center in Dallas for a game with the Mavericks. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Here's Udrich. Here's Martin. It's good. This time the assist from Udrich. Udrich has got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Bulls trail by 12. And here's Clarkson. Mirotic the screen. Shot off the pick. And that one good from Clarkson. Clarkson's got 10.
Really hard to find fault with anything he's doing this quarter, at least at the offensive end.
Gibson against Randolph. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Randolph's got 4 points this quarter.
A nice move to create a gap there in the defense and get to the bucket.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Now, here's Clarkson. He's guarded by Udrich. Here's Mirotic. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Here's Barton. And it's Memphis with another. Clarkson. The shot is off. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Grizzlies out in front. They lead by 14. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the fourth quarter. Next. And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. Bulls trail by 14. Green is the 3 with Zebo at the 4. A lot of defense with Conley and Lee in the backcourt. And it's Olynyk in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Nick Young. That's his first foul. Well, he holds the reins to this team, and we're seeing some examples, guys.
And that's the kind of take charge leadership that every team desperately needs.
Here's Green and the powerful one-handed slam.
And as they continue to just dominate this game, you have to wonder how much can they win by.
Well, it's on the verge of getting out of hand, Greg. You can feel it, you can see it, in part because the defense has been about as good as the offense, and both have been really good.
Here's Drummond following the score by Memphis. Shot clock at 6, and he gets it to go. 6 points for Pau Gasol. Memphis leading by 14. Conley kicks to Green. To the right side. Conley against Rose. Conley up top. Puts it up from 12. And Zach Randolph, the bucket on the assist by Conley. 10 points for Zach Randolph.
And defensively, they're on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Now, here is Mirotic. Fader on the way. Misses off the left iron.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Stolen by Rose. 4-on-3 break. And Mirotic throws it down.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
Now here's Randolph. Back to Green. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Olynyk. Gasol with the rebound. Gasol's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Outside Rose. Out left to the wing. Here's Drummond, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. That one on Olynyk.
Drummond having a terrific game. 15 points. He's contributed 3 points from the line, too.
And those free throws add up, guys. That is extra offense.
Andre Drummond. Taking 2 shots.
And the first one drops. The Bulls making a switch here. White's checked in. He's perfect from the line this time.
They're locked in from the charity stripe this half. Not a miss yet.
And trying to cut into this lead, they need every edge they can get.
Now here's Randolph. The rebound by Young.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys. But as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
Out left to the wing. Shot is good, and the Memphis lead's cut down to just 10 points on the bucket from Rhodes.
Wow, got that one off right in the face of the big fella. Nice quick fire release.
Yeah, and the mid-range shot really the only option in that situation. Sometimes when you're facing a bigger guy, you can't get it all the way to the rim.
And you know what? His mind's playing tricks on him right now because he's not going to live that one down easily.
3rd minute of action now gone here in the 4th. Kicks it to Drummond. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Well, they left it until the 4th quarter, but finally the run they needed to get back into this one.
I didn't think it was going to happen for them, quite honestly, but they finally turned it on, turned it up a little bit. Now they've got to come up with some stops.
Here's Rose. Wow, that makes him a perfect 10 for 10, double-digit perfection. And a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Bulls.
We've seen them make the extra effort from a defensive standpoint, closing out airspace and sending shots back.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
And you can sense them just starting to squeeze and shrink this lead a little bit.
Yeah, the game has a bit of a different texture than it did just a little bit ago, Greg. Suddenly, that lead is not looking as comfy and cozy as it once did.
From 12 feet out. No good from Gasol. Memphis leading by 8. Conley into the lane. The pass to Randall. Feeds to Olynyk. Memphis moving it around. 5 on the clock. Green dishes to Olynyk. Conley for 3. It's hauled in by the Bulls.
Well, I tell you what, that's fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. The key there was not to give him much space before he took that shot.
And really, Clark, that's the only way you're going to stop him. The defender was all over him with a hand right in his face. And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
At the line, Andre Drummond. Taking 2 shots.
That free throw missing. And he's good on the second. And the Grizzlies leading by 7. Outside, Green. Randolph. Gasol with the steal. Conley against Rose. Count the bucket. Rose has got 12 points here in the second half.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting in the paint and keep scoring points. Keep it going.
Not a lot you can do as a defense when they keep getting the ball in the paint like this.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
Screen by Young. Rose kicks to right. Zach Randolph with the rebound. Randolph's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Lee passes to Randolph. On baseline, Jay. And the rebound goes to Pau Gasol. Gasol's got 7 rebounds in the game. Rose. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Rose has got 24 points.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Yeah, they have really owned the interior. You've got to collapse that defense and force them to beat you over the top.
Bulls trail by 5. And right, here we go. Knocked loose. Young with the ball. He's picked up by Lee. Young dishes to Rose. Conley grabs the miss. The Grizzlies have gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. Here's Lee. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
And guys, Courtney Lee, not the most flamboyant offensive threat, but he's a steady player at both ends of the floor. Makes threes at a high clip and competes defensively. One of those guys that you don't necessarily win because of, but you sure will win with.
Courtney Lee out of Western Kentucky, not usually a hotbed of NBA talent, but, you know, Clarkie's having a nice career.
He really is. I mean, playing big minutes for the Grizzlies, Kevin, and they really need his floor spacing and his hard-nosed, versatile defensive ability.
Jarnell Stokes, he's checked in for Zach Randolph. And he can't hit the second. Here's Chicago. They're on a 17-7 run. Rose kicks to Gasol. And that one's good.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Back to Conley. Olynyk sets a screen for Conley. They double-team Conley. Dishes it to Lee. Puts it up from 15. And he hits the jump shot. Lee's got 12 points here in the second half.
And that's exactly how they've gotten the lead right here. Easily, he's been their most consistent performer.
As simple as it gets. He's hitting everything he's looked at. Keep feeding the fire.
Now, here's Gasol. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Pau Gasol was the number 3 pick back in 2001. He managed to average 18 and 9 his first season, was Rookie of the Year, became a perennial All-Star. There's no way his younger brother Mark, who was a second-round pick, could ever match up to that, right? Not so fast, people. Mark's pretty good, too.
Free throw drops for Gasol. Talking about Pau and brother Mark, both of them were excellent last season. The difference is that Pau has always been considered a great prospect, so detractors are much harder on him when they see cracks, I think, Greg, in his game.
Yeah, you know, for Marc Gasol, it can only exceed expectations because they started out so low. I'd simply say that if I had to pick between one or the other for best career, I'd do everything I could to pick both.
Good way to get out of it. Good answer. Now, here's Green. Passes to Lee. Conley left side. Pass to Olynyk. And that one falls, coming off Conley's feet. 12 points for Kelly Olynyk.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Here's Gasol. Stokes with the rebound. Stokes has got 7 rebounds in the game. Conley kicks to Lee. They set the pick. There's the dish to Green. The feed to Conley. The drive by Green. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. Bulls trail by 6. Good looking screen by Gasol. From deep, Rose. And the shot is good. Rose has got 11 points in the quarter.
This quarter has brought out the best in him, fellas. Even though they're still trailing, he's been impossible to contain.
Outside Conley. On the wing, Green to the middle. Here's Olynyk. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Drummond's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Smith drives in. The Grizzlies pull it in. At one point, they led by 16. Lee outside. Fires for 3. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Smith's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And the basket by Rose.
And he is one cool customer, guys, isn't he? Every possession magnified down the stretch, but he's been ready with only 1 miss against his 6 mates.
Timeout called the Grizzlies.
Clearly, he's not pleased with all the looks they've given up on the inside, and also to get them to tighten up that defense.
Yeah, and I think he's going to let them know about it. I mean, they're playing some soft interior defense, and you can't win that way. That's a recipe for disaster if you're not going to play with some physicality inside.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Thanks, Kevin. Memphis's head coach had some words for his team over that break. He told them the game is right there for the taking, fellas, but we've got to be first. First to loose balls, first to the rim. We have to give our all right here. Kevin, now's the time.
Thanks a lot, Doris. Chicago calls timeout.
And I think taking a time here to talk things over is a smart idea.
One of the things you want to do is make sure everybody is clearly on the same page with the game plan. And sometimes you need a timeout to make sure that's the case.
Smith the pass to Drummond. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Explosive leaping ability.
Oh, that was pretty. And he just has that effortless knack for getting inside.
And guys, how about how fearsome he is at times? I mean, you'd hate to be the guy tasked with guarding him.
This is a fantastic performance in this half. He didn't play as well in the first, but you just know with this guy, he's always ready to turn it around.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. They're behind by 3. 1:52 left here in the 4th quarter. Left to play in the final quarter. Rose goes in to the inside. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line. Olynyk, and so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game. And Memphis making a change here. Jones is checked in. Free throw, no good for Drummond. Memphis leading. Conley left side. Pass to Stokes. Over in the corner, Green. 6 on the shot clock. Fades. Can't get it to go. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball. Smith dishes to Rose. To the paint. Here's Drummond. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. Zach Randolph, he's checked in for Memphis. And he ends up missing both free throws. Memphis has gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Conley with it, and Rose picks him up defensively. Outside, Randolph trying to break that ice-cold streak, and the shot is long.
Well, he's building a house with those bricks. I mean, one reason is he keeps trying to force it up when he's defended well. Move the ball, share the sugar.
They don't get any bigger than that basket.
They needed it, Greg, and he gave it to him.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. They trail by one. There's 49 seconds left in the fourth quarter. There's 49 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Conley kicks to Randall.
Time after time, Zach Randolph getting it done.
Guys, it's come down here to a very important possession.
Yeah, zero tolerance for mistakes here.
Bulls moving the ball around. Gasol is screen on Conley. Rose passes to Gasol. It's good!
Somebody set a fire under Pau Gasol.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. They're behind by one. We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one.
Let's get loud for y'all, Grizzlies girls.
We've got 28 seconds left in the game.
You know, even though he missed that three-point shot, I think the defense has to do a better job of challenging the shot.
Yeah, and as a coach, you can really ill afford to have those types of opportunities presented against your defense.
Good on the first, and that will put them up by two. And a tough break is his second attempt at the line. No good. Green dishes to Conley. He kicks to Randolph. From 10 feet out, it's off.
And doesn't he just have a nose, a knack for the basketball? He is by far their best rebounder.
Well, he has been today, no doubt about that. His effort's been unbelievable.
It's the first, and that makes it a three-point lead. And so both free throws are good, and it's a four-point ball game.
And you can wrap this one up. Great job to stay cool at the line and finish it off.
Conley kicks to Randolph. Lets the three fly offline. And so the big win by Chicago in a tight game. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Derek, congratulations on a great win. What was the major thing that turned this deficit around for you guys?
Just playing defense. Our defense turned into offense, and it worked out for us tonight. We definitely don't want to be in that situation, but we just fall our way back into the game.
Derek, thank you. Usually it starts with the defense for this team, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching. And this broadcast has not ended just yet, as we've got the award-winning Ernie Johnson standing by here for the postgame show.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now let's move on to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game. Derrick Rose. He had just an outstanding fourth quarter performance. He really had the fire lit under him, and down the stretch, really having a huge impact on the outcome of this game.
He was in a groove tonight, Ernie, Kenny. He's getting in that playoff mode already. Perfect timing with the postseason approaching. He had it all going on the whole game.
I can't imagine a player having a better night from the field than he had tonight. His shooting percentage was off the charts. He used every trick in the book to get those high percentage shots. He shot from every direction, and there was a little bit of luck here and there, but he was on fire.
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the rest of the 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Good night, everybody.